Hey, what's your secret? I got my mom a Chanel purse for her birthday, but we were fighting, so I ended up not giving it to her. Damn. Thanks.
Sorry, Mom. I love you.
This episode contains adult language.
Last time on the podcast, we heard from Amber, a woman who was a teenage catfish. She told us about the online relationship she had with high school boys and the lies that she told them. This week, my guest is a woman who was catfished. Maybe tell us what that means first, in case there's anybody that wonders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got catfished, which means someone was pretending to be someone they're not in any type of capacity. Like, you say you're one thing and you're completely the opposite or not it at all.
Brie's story of the catfish that wrecked her goes to places that will surprise you.
Hi, my name is Brie, and my secret is I had a decade-long relationship with my catfish, and you won't believe why and at what cost.
Brie joins us from New Jersey.
New Brunswick.
How old were you at the very, very beginning of this tale, this catfish tale you're about to tell us?
I was 11. I was in 6th grade.
And the roller coaster relationship she would develop with her catfish at that tender age would span more than a decade. And when she discovers her catfish's true identity, the truth will astound you as much as it did Brie.
It just all clicked.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, this person's been lying to me.
Brie's story today will reveal some very dark corners in her life. Corners she allowed her catfish to enter at her own peril. We're going to get into it right here, right now. Are you ready?
I am.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I think so.
Okay.
I know I'm in for a twisty and turny road, and I like that.
Okay.
This is The Secret Room, a podcast about the stories no one ever tells. I'm Ben Ham. Hi, Brie. Welcome to The Secret Room.
Hi, Ben. Thanks for having me.
When I first heard your secret, I was just captivated. Can you take us back to when this started, this catfish tale you're about to tell us?
Okay. I was 11. I was in 6th grade. The internet was the best and greatest thing under the sun. Yeah, it was just cold days when you weren't going outside. You were on the internet. You were on AIM, AOL.
AOL Instant Messenger.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the days, right?
Yes. I remember personalizing your profile, all the things, all of that.
You were 11 at the time.
Yep.
You're 25 now, so it's been a little while.
Sometime.
Yeah. 11 seems like kind of a young age to be catfished.
I agree.
Yeah. So what were you doing on the internet, that was taking you into areas maybe where you shouldn't have been? Just a guess?
I come from a pretty big family, and it was normal for me to spend time with my cousins. We were around the same age range, so we spent a lot of time together. And they had access to the internet and was on MySpace and AIM Instant Messenger. And when I went over their house, they would just show me what they were up to and the people they can talk to and the different individuals they could be and their friends. It was just a whole new world that opened up to me.
So when you say the people they could be, you mean they were taking on a different identity in the cyber arena?
Yeah, my closest cousin, she was my age, 11, and she didn't want to be I'm 11, so she who wants to talk to an 11-year-old?
Right, okay.
11-year-olds don't want to talk to 11-year-olds. Usually it'd be older or from a different location, but pretty much authentically herself for the most part.
So your cousin, she went online and she pretended that she was herself, but older.
Yeah. 15, 16. Big roller.
Yeah, that's old. when you're 11. She was pretending to be one of the big kids.
Yes.
And Sabrina was one of your cousins, right?
Yes.
And who was your other cousin?
Malcolm.
And did Malcolm also masquerade as an older...
Not really. Malcolm is older in general. We were the closest cousins in age range to him. He was 3 years older than us. He more so just wanted to be around us.
So Sabrina was really the one leading you down this dark and treacherous road into the internet.
She really had like this obsession with the internet. I think it was a lot of different things going on with her. She did not have to deal with any of that bullshit. And I was there. I was there with her. We were close friends.
So Brie, what was going on in Sabrina's life where she had to retreat into the internet?
At the time, like, she just... I know now what was going on with her, but I think she was like dealing with her mom was not the most stable of people, and she also had to deal with like, I feel like she was struggling with her sexuality at a very young age and was trying to figure that out and really didn't know how to. And there's just like been things, I think she had recently found out a secret that my family had kept from her for a while pertaining to like fundamentally like who she is as a person.
What does that mean?
Like, so I found out that she was born intersex.
Can you tell us what that means?
Basically that means your chromosomes do not match with the physiological parts of your body that you're born with. Like if you have like male chromosomes and you present as female when born, and often doctors will give you the option or choice to like choose to assign gender upon birth.
Okay.
So I believe she started to have inklings or like hearing whispers of that time that she was born intersex, and I confirmed it for her mistakenly.
Was that a difficult moment?
Looking back at it, yes. In that moment, no, because I thought she knew. I didn't know it was a secret. I thought she knew.
Mm-hmm.
It was more so like, you don't have to struggle. I confronted her to be like, it's fine. Like, you don't have to, this is not something you need to hide.
You were a pretty mature 11-year-old.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So it seems that Sabrina had some things going on in her life that she wanted to retreat from, and the internet was there.
Yeah.
What kind of chat rooms did you go into?
Teen chat rooms. So we weren't like diving into anything too crazy.
Except that you weren't teens, but...
Well, hence why we had to pretend we were 15, 16.
I wonder if everybody in there was 11, just pretending to be 15. So what was going on in these chat rooms?
Bullshit. Like, it was people just like talking about their day, ego, you know, showing off their profiles.
Okay. Just dumb kid stuff.
Yeah. It was nothing really of interest, you know. Her favorite thing to do was to like sit down and see who was talking the most and then like try to talk to them and get their attention. Like, she was really big on like grabbing people's attention and having it, or stealing attention away from someone else that was having a conversation. Like, she would enter a room and want to be known right away.
How would she do that?
One of her techniques would be like, she'd enter the room, she would camp for a little bit and like see what the interaction, what the conversation was pertaining to, see who was talking the most, and then pick the person she wanted to, like, her target, or like who she wanted to talk to, and then engage with them, or try to direct a conversation in a completely different subject matter that she can really engage into.
Wow. She was developing some mad social skills.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we became friends with this one person called Pillow Boy.
Okay.
Pillow Boy 65 or something like that.
Nice.
And we talked a lot. Sabrina wasn't like the biggest fan, but liked the attention. It was a numbers game for her. And I actually enjoyed the conversation with Pillow Boy. She would start the conversation and hand it off to me, or like vice versa if I need to leave, you know. But would really hear the difference in tone and called us out. It was just like, what's going on? I feel like I'm talking to a different person night and day. So we explained to Pillow Boy that it's two of us on the same name.
Okay. And how did Pillow Boy feel about that?
Wasn't mad about it. It was just like, makes a lot more sense, and like kind of admitted that they were more interested in talking to me than...
And did Sabrina know that?
Probably. Like she picked up what was going on really quickly and didn't care because she was like, she had a queendom of people who wanted to talk to her.
Yeah, she had her pick. So Pillow Boy was her scrap she gave to you.
Yeah, basically. Basically. Thanks, man.
Yeah, sure.
I'm picking up scraps.
Anything, Brie? Okay, so how did things develop?
Well, eventually I got my own screen name, you know.
Okay, you graduated.
Yes, I graduated because my cousin lived in New York and I lived in Jersey, so it wasn't feasible for me to always use her screen name. So convinced my mom, parents to allow me to get a screen name.
And so young Brie is now at home. You sign into AOL under your new screen name. Do you remember what it was?
NY Girls 1345.
What did New York Girls 1345 do in the chat rooms?
Well, I would go into the rooms, see who was there, and like I started creating a little like group of friends, and I had like two people. We would be like, let's be on at 5 p.m., 5:30 at the latest. We'll chat for a little bit, hang out, see who's on. And it was just like an internet hangout. We just talk about our days and whatnot. And Pillow Boy had a friend that they knew in real life who was also on. I do not remember that name. I just thought it was so cool that they were both friends. They had their own screen names and they'll tell me about their day and like just made me really feel a part of like what was going on in their neck of the woods.
Did things ever take a turn? I feel like we're getting close to your secret. So, right? Aren't we? Sort of?
Yeah. Why? Yeah.
Okay. So, your secret is you got catfished.
Yes.
Can you tell me about that?
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you met your catfish?
I do.
Can you tell me about that?
It was honestly, we were talking about music in the online chat room in a big group, and everyone's just like spewing out their favorite bands, and Pillow Boy announced like they really were into Paramore, but I was like, I don't have any idea who this is. So like we just talked more and more every day.
So Brie, if I am following this right, you're telling me that Pillow Boy was your catfish.
Yes.
Okay, so where did things go from there?
Well, I didn't know he was my catfish. Like, it really developed. We spent a lot of time online talking, and eventually we took it from online to like talking on the phone.
That seems like a natural progression. So you gave him your number?
Actually, I think he gave me his.
Okay.
Because he was like, I want you to be comfortable, call me. Because also, Pillow Boy was older and knew that I was younger.
Okay, you guys had revealed your true ages.
Oh, yes.
What was his true age?
I was 11.
So,
it sounds crazy, right? 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. He was 15.
Oh, okay. So I'm concerned for you. So you called him. How'd that first call go?
You know, it must have gone well because we continued to talk.
Sure.
I continued to rack up long distance phone calls.
Oh, yeah, back in the day.
Yes.
It must have been very exciting because you're 11, you've established, an identity online, and here it is spilling into real life.
Yeah, and I honestly didn't feel like my online identity was much different from my own except for my age. And people understood that. They were like, yeah, of course you didn't want to be in the baby chat room. You wanted to be with the cool kids. And so I never got flack for being like, oh, I'm 11 or blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. It was really exciting, especially because he started to show like a lot of interest in me, like a lot. I hadn't had that type of attention. Especially when you think about it, like, I felt like we knew so little about each other, but also knew so much very quickly. Kind of like it just really, really took off really quickly.
It must have been very flattering.
It was. It was.
Did Mom ever find those long distance charges and
Oh yes.
have a word with you?
Oh yeah. Well, funny story is,
Yeah.
at one point I had my other friend who was like really fascinated in all this.
This is a in real life friend.
In real life friend. She was really fascinated by all of this because she's like, who is this person? Why are you so fascinated by this all? And it was like, let's do three-way calls. She was very adamant about three-way calling, and it became like a ritual that we'd all three of us talk together on the phone.
Pillow Boy was down with that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So what'd your friend think about it?
She was just as much as fascinated with him as I was.
Okay.
She started calling him on her own.
Yeah. Oh, how'd you feel about that?
It didn't bother me. It didn't. As we graduated, I did find out Pillow Boy has a name, Jake. Jake, Casey, my real life best friend, and I used to all just like hang out and talk.
And who was Casey?
Casey was the other friend of Pillow Boy's, who like real life friend. And Casey and my real life best friend actually started like a romantic thing.
I thought Pillow Boy was long distance.
Yes.
But Casey was local to you?
No, they started like a long distance internet relationship.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
But you and Pillow Boy, a.k.a. Jake,
Yes.
IRL.
Saw what you did there.
Yeah, thanks. We're not romantic.
Not at this point, no.
So what happens next with this little social group?
I feel like there was like a lot of pressure for us to get together, Jake and I.
To get together romantically?
Yes. The concept of actually meeting in person was like a long run. Pillow Boy / Jake and Casey lived in Michigan. I lived in New Jersey. My BFF lived in New York. From the beginning, like, what were we thinking? Like,
Well, you're just having friends online.
yeah.
Okay. But now there's pressure for you and Pillow Boy to start developing an internet romance. Is that coming from him or coming from your friend?
From all parties.
Are you down for that, or are you resisting? What's going on with Brie?
What's going on with Brie? Brie really enjoyed Jake's company, and, you know, he had asked her out like 7 times at this point.
So he asked you, do you want to be my girlfriend?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
No. I said no. I said no about 6 to 7 times.
Okay. Was there a different answer the 8th time?
Yeah.
And what did you say?
I said yes. Which the interesting thing was, when I did eventually say yes, he's like, I want to ask your mom to make sure like this
Aw,
is okay. And
so
like,
cute.
yeah, really, really nice. Really stand up. And my mom's like, did the mom thing. It was like, what does it even mean? The same questions you're asking. What does it even mean when you guys are going out? Like, what? Like, what is this shenanigans? You know, my mom is a foreigner. So like, this was all over her head.
And you're like, well, it starts with the internet, Mom. There's this thing
I'm
called
not trying to
AOL.
get my internet privileges taken away, Ben. Like, what are you
Right.
talking about?
How did you explain this relationship to your mom? What words came out of your 11-year-old mouth?
Oh, this is funny. A bunch of lies, basically. I told her the story of how I met my best friend. Her name's Emma, by the way. We actually met a year beforehand at Montauk. It was my first day of vacation, her last day of vacation. We met playing Marco Polo in the pool and exchanged like cell phone numbers or something. I don't even remember. I just combined that story and was like, I also met Pillow Boy and / Jake and KC all on the same trip because my family wasn't with me. I was with someone else's family completely. So there was no one to really verify if I met these said people.
Does she sanction this internet relationship?
No, she didn't.
How did Pillow Boy react when your mom said no to the relationship?
It was. He's like, basically, he didn't really take no as an answer. Because no finally turned into like an okay, into like, this is not real anyway, so it's fine. So my mom kind of just let it be because she wasn't going to stop us from talking. I think she came to the conclusion, like, what real trouble can you get out of this,
Yeah, particularly because you're in different states.
Yes.
Right. So, did some trouble come out of it? Brie?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened? So, did some trouble come out of it? Brie?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened?
So, eventually we found out that Casey wasn't Casey at all. Jake's real life best friend admits that he's actually a girl and was been lying about their identity.
Wow.
And was just like, I like you guys too much to continue lying to you guys. I really want us to be friends. And Emma lost it.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And did Pillow Boy know that Casey was spilling the beans?
No, not until was confronted about it.
Oh my God.
Once Jake, Pillow Boy, I confronted him about, hey, this is your best friend. What else are you lying about? Like, if you're going to lie about your best friend and who they are and build up this whole story, how do I know anything else is really real? We share so much, like, intimate things with each other, and, like, what is going on? I honestly remember asking, like, are you lying to me? Like, are you even who you say you are? And he was like, yes, of course I'm who I say I am. I'm still Jake. I'm still this person.
I'm still Jake, a 15-year-old boy.
Yes.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fine.
So, Brie, you've told us already that Pillow Boy is your catfish.
Yes.
But at this point in the story, we've learned that his friend has been catfishing your friend.
Yes.
And you suspect Pillow Boy of catfishing. And you've asked him and he's denied it.
Yeah.
But I get the feeling that there's something else going on. So can you take us to the moment when you started to suspect that he wasn't being entirely truthful with you?
Yeah. After finding out his friend lying and him telling me, no, I am who I say I am. And like very early on understanding how hard it is to like the whole situation with my cousin and like how I revealed something of her truth to someone and she wasn't even ready for it to hear it herself. And Jake being like, I didn't want to do that to his friend. I understood and I sympathized with that. And we got over that. And for the next 2 years, we had like this online / romantic relationship. But within those 2 years, there was a lot of like stories and things that just started to not add up. And as things didn't start to add up, time was progressing, the internet was catching up. I was getting more savvy with the internet, being able to look things up, and things just weren't making sense to me.
Can you give me an example of what kinds of things didn't add up?
He claimed he was adopted and had a twin sister. And the twin sister, like, they were separated and they don't live with each other, but they knows, like, this was, like, a big thing and, like, was really troubled by it. You know, I offered a lot of sympathy for when he found out that he had a twin and, like, she was out there. It really hit him hard.
How did the story not add up?
Because the sister didn't live in the U.S. It just, like, had crazy elaborate details that, like, were unnecessary.
It was a little too fantastical.
Yeah. You know, and I love drama, but this was like becoming soap opera-esque, and, you know, I have standards.
So you said you were becoming more savvy with the internet. Were you able to disprove some of his claims?
Yeah, it led me to really believe he was lying to me about who he was.
Wow. What were you able to disprove?
At this point in time, I had actually ended up meeting up with Casey in real life. She when we met, she was really kind to me, but I could tell that she wanted to tell me something and did it. And we were friends and we became friends on like Facebook. She had a birthday party and had like a album and like just clicking through because we're friends and that's what you do. You stalk people's lives on Facebook. I came across the picture and I was like, this person looks so familiar to me. Like, why do they look so familiar to me? Why is this resonating with me? It like just all clicked.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh, this person's been lying to me. You know, it was the moment where, this person looked so familiar to me. It was this woman, it was 3 ladies together and basically looked like Jake to me from the pictures that I've had seen. I asked eventually about it and it was like, oh, that's my twin sister.
Oh my God. Okay, so had you and Jake shared pictures up until this point?
Yes.
Okay, so you're looking at this picture in Casey's album.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a picture that looks a lot like Jake.
Looks a lot like Jake.
Okay, and so he says that's his twin sister. So all of a sudden you're thinking maybe this twin sister story is true.
Yeah, I am thinking that there could be some like truth to the story where I'm like, oh, okay, so like, are you guys like having a friendship? Like, why? Like, they looked so much alike that I was like, okay, that makes sense. Like maybe I was being harsh. Maybe I was looking for an excuse for something. I don't know. But it just still didn't sit right with me.
Yeah, because the twin sister's supposed to be estranged and in another country.
Yes,
right? So,
Italy.
Yeah, Italy.
You know,
okay, so that still doesn't make sense.
Yeah. How did this twin sister all of a sudden end up at Casey's birthday party and in this Facebook album? You know, it really did not make sense. As much as I want to give people the benefit of the doubt, I like gave Jake so much rope.
We've been friends for a long time at this point.
Yeah, we're like 4 years in.
A long time.
Mm-hmm. Jake got older and like was applying to colleges and things just got really shady really quickly.
Oh.
He would disappear in and out of my life. We would be talking to each other one day and then would disappear for 2 months and then like come back with a story that he was sick and like he thought he had cancer. Just like really dramatic stories that you don't want to be like, no, you don't have you don't tell someone they don't have cancer. Like, what if you're wrong about something like that?
Right.
One story I really remember was basically said his parents found out about me and got upset and decided to send him off out of the country for some time, and that's why he disappeared. You know.
Okay. So
yeah.
They sent him out of the country to punish him for talking to you.
Mm-hmm. And turns out, yeah, he was out of the country for that time. He did like a traveling program that I did a couple years later, and I was able to like then put it together, but it wasn't because of me. It was just like a great story to tell me, more drama for no reason. We eventually get older and I kind of like decide to disengage with this a little bit more, like not put up with the shenanigans anymore.
So what does that mean? You were going to stop talking to him, or?
Yeah, I like wasn't so willing to let this person walk right back in and out of my life. I'm now starting high school and he's like about to leave high school. I saw it as a great opportunity to like disengage, and he did too. I eventually called him one day and called him out.
What did you say?
A couple of years had passed. Within those years, he would call and like tell me about his life and like tell me more about his sister. His sister passed away at this point. He killed off his sister.
Okay.
Yeah. And like would just tell me things, but like would also forget the lies that he told. So I was like, oh, I thought your sister like owned this company, but this arts gallery in Italy, whatever. Like that doesn't make sense. Were you in Italy? No, you weren't, because I can tell by your social media or your fake social media at this point that you weren't. And I got tired of the bullshit. I just really did. And I had put enough time apart it where I was like, what do I have to lose? So I called him up and I asked him like, Jake, is your name really Lisa?
Oh my God. And what did Jake say?
I called him up and I asked him like, Jake, is your name really Lisa?
Oh my God. And what did Jake say?
Yeah. Like just came clean.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you could never tell all these years that Jake was a woman.
I had my suspicions. I did. I could not shake the picture of his so-called sister. And with all the details and the stories and just not adding up, I had my suspicions. But I never really mustered up the courage to call.
So you'd been speaking to Jake on the phone all these years, and Jake had been sending you pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And did you ever, sense any feminine qualities in his voice, her voice, or in the pictures she sent?
Yeah. Voice has always been on like the softer side, but like had bass to it. Pictures wise, very androgynous, but more so male presenting.
Okay, so it's not enough to really push you over the edge.
No.
Is your relationship shattered?
Surprisingly, no. I just had so many questions at this point.
Right. Yeah, so many.
6 years worth of questions.
Right. I've got one.
What is it, Ben? What's your question? I want to hear it.
My question is, what's with Lisa and KC both pretending to be male? What's driving them to do that? Oh, and keeping up the charade for so many years.
I think, honestly, the secret that Jake was keeping and like the charade drove their friendship apart. One says it was the other one's idea to pretend to be male. And like they did. And then they met us online and felt like they couldn't reveal the truth. And Jake just felt like he could not tell the truth or he would lose me.
Wow, and it went on so long. How many years was it from the day that you met to the day that you uncovered the truth about Pillow Boy's true gender?
When I eventually confronted
her. Yeah.
Yeah. When I finally confronted her, I was sophomore in college. About 6 years.
Wow. That's such a long time to keep up a charade like that.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of people, that would just be a deal breaker. It's like our whole friendship is based on lies. See you later. Mm-hmm. Right?
Adios.
Yeah. Muchacha.
I see what you did there.
Right. But tell me, what was your experience?
I guess in my head, I knew. I should have trusted my instinct. Because like that was the first thing I thought. I was like, he's lying. This is him. There is no twin. This is all a sham. And I didn't want to lose the friendship. I needed to hold on to it. I had already come to terms with the fact that I believed Jake was really Lisa a long time ago and was hoping they would come around and admit it themselves. As the years went on, I realized that was never going to happen and I was going to have to be the person to do so. When I eventually did, It was really presented like I'm still this person. It's just like this background story is not real. And I'm like, no, this is all a lie.
That wasn't the only thing she was lying about. I mean,
no.
The twin sister, all these weird travels.
Illnesses,
Yeah. So how'd you sort through all that?
A lot of talking.
Wow. So now it's been 14 years since you first met in that AOL chat room when you were 11. And it sounds to me like you and Lisa are still friends today.
We are still friends. It depends on what's going on in her life, if she has a girlfriend or not, which is so funny because I should hold animosity towards her, not the other way around. I would use friends. I don't hate her. I'm not mad at her.
You sound a little mad.
I sound a little mad?
Yeah.
I'm mad at the situation. I'm mad at myself because, like, I needed her to be real. I needed that to be real. I had a lot going on. And to, like, admit that this friendship or, like, this relationship I had built with this person was all fake.
I would expect that for many people to be a complete deal breaker.
Yeah.
But it wasn't in your case, but I can see that it did do irreparable harm to the relationship.
It did. And even, like, when we tried to be friends afterwards, we tried to be friends afterwards, and she's just so manipulative. I can't, like, I don't want that in my life. But she did try to show me who she was, and the crazy thing is she wasn't wrong. Like, she was showing me who she was. She's just a manipulative person. And, you asked me if I'm angry, and, like, I'm more upset at myself that I couldn't find the strength to call her out sooner.
But did you really know sooner? It sounded to me like you really called her out when you had it figured out for sure.
Yeah. I feel like I could have pushed harder. I didn't want to push on it and like, it break,
Well, you had a lot of time invested. A lot of time invested in this friendship, and I can understand you not wanting to break that apart.
Yeah. The amount of letters and gifts and the charades that was played, and I just, like, I did not want... It couldn't be fake. It just couldn't.
Yeah, but it was.
Yes.
Did she ever apologize to you?
She has.
Did you forgive her?
I have.
More or less.
To an extent.
Right.
To an extent,
Yeah. Yeah.
I forgive her. I have, especially because at that point in time when I did decide to forgive her, I saw it as an opportunity for us to, like, genuinely be friends, because the dynamic of the friendship and the support that was there and the love that was there, I don't deny that wasn't fake.
Is the love still there now?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You had to think about it.
I did. Because I wanted to say no, but I knew that would be a lie.
What a tough position for you to be in.
Because I so badly want us to be able to be friends.
Yeah. Is that something you find yourself working towards still today? Like trying to make a real friendship out of this, and she's just not there for it?
We have actively tried to be friends. She tried to pursue something romantic.
How'd that go?
At first, I was like, let's do it. Let's try this. Let's see if this would be any different. It became too real for her and basically pulled out. And I just realized, that's when I realized it's all a game of manipulation for her. Like, she loves the chase. After I was like, I'm completely done with trying to have anything romantic with you, you know. Friendship was the only thing that I allowed to be on the table. Basically, one day told me, like, that's not going to be enough for her. But it's just this, like, big back and forth, and I am no longer engaging with it. She's currently mad at me for something, I don't even know, but, like, you know.
So, did you ever meet in real life?
No.
Never met in real life?
No.
So, the romantic relationship you tried was all virtual?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you'll ever meet her in person?
I don't want to at this point.
Right. I sense in you, Brie, a push and a pull with this relationship. I hear a part of you that is just angry and mad and hurt and is just done with this liar. And then I hear another part of you that is in love and wants more from this relationship and really sincerely, you know, in some way needs it to work.
I needed it to work when I was younger. I don't need it to work now. That's actually like a freedom I found in it all. It is very much a push and pull because when she's great, she is great, you know, and like we are just genuinely being people and friends. It works. But when she wants to pull in this whole romantic or like what we could be or should be the aspect or dynamic, it just gets muddy. And she's always the one running, you know? So
what did Emma think about the revelation of Pillow Boy?
Emma was hurt more in this as much as I was. Because they formed a relationship, like a friendship outside of little triad thing we had going at the beginning. She also witnessed the ups and downs of like emotionally what this relationship had put me through. She can't stand her.
Wow.
I can't mention her name without like her physically turning red.
Wow. And yet Emma had gone through the same realization, if that's what we call it. She'd gone through the same, you know, turn of events with KC.
Yeah. Like 2 months in, you know.
Okay. So a long time ago.
You
Right.
know,
Wow.
imagine this would be a different story if it was like I found out 2 months in. I didn't.
Right. It would be. What about your mom? Did she ever find out about this?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
No, my mom has not found out about this. My mom still to this day sometimes asks me about how Jake is doing. What is he up to?
Wow. So now you're tied up in the lie.
Well, I just actively avoid that. I'm just like, we don't talk.
Right.
Like, he's dead to me. Literally. Like,
right.
Dead to me.
At the beginning of the show, you said that this whole story came to you at great cost. What was the cost?
Sorry.
That's okay. Did it have to do with losing your cousins?
Yeah, but we didn't touch on that at all, and I don't want to.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
My cousins put me in a situation that put me in a very vulnerable spot.
Mm-hmm.
And that spot that they put me in, I feel like really shattered my little adolescent world and made me look for a person like Jake or like Lisa to cling on to, you know? I blame them for it.
Because they walked you into that chat room.
They walked me into that chat room and they physically put me in harm's way. And they have never apologized for it or addressed it. And they know what they've done. And I feel like if that situation has never occurred, I would have never been looking for a person like Jake or a person like Lisa to cling on to the way that I did when I was younger. And I would have been able to confront Jake when I originally found that picture on Facebook.
So your cousins know the whole story?
No. They know bits and pieces. But for them to know this whole story, that would mean that we talk. And we don't.
Do they know why you're not talking to them?
Yes.
They know parts of the story.
Yes.
And that's why you're not talking to them. But they don't know the whole thing. So is it partly a mystery to them why you're not talking, or?
It shouldn't be. You know. Sorry.
It's okay.
Sabrina knows why. She's not stupid. You know, it honestly, like, okay. I don't talk to my cousins anymore because they thought it'd be okay. I don't talk to my cousins anymore because they thought it'd be okay to assault me. And at that period in my life, the only person I felt comfortable enough sharing that information with was Pillow Boy, was Jake. And when I did try to share it with other people or people who could actually help me in my real life, they did not acknowledge it. And the only person who really heard me or was there for me ended up being this fucking imaginary person, like, who lied. And, you know, it's bittersweet because I'm mad that they lied, but they helped me through so much. There's no way my cousins don't know why I don't talk to them.
Okay. And you said they assaulted you?
Yes.
How did they assault you? What do you mean by that?
Like any other day, I was at their house and basically sorry.
It's totally fine.
We were at the family house that we all like used to hang out at, and Sabrina and I, we were the closer ones of the cousins. Malcolm really just kind of lingered around. He was like bothering us extra that day and whatnot, and like just wanted to hang out with me. He was hogging the computer or something of that nature, and my cousin was like, just spend some time with him, like just like be with him for like 5 minutes. And I wanted nothing to do with that at all. Basically, Sabrina locked us in a bathroom together, and that bathroom I was assaulted by Malcolm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It'd be hard for me not to think she doesn't know why we don't talk, why we aren't close.
So is that because she locked you in the bathroom, or is it because she took you on the internet?
It's because she wanted to be on the internet so badly that she was willing to lock me in a bathroom with someone else so she could get her internet time in.
I see. There was no concern for your safety?
Yeah.
At all?
None.
Zero?
None.
Right. You said you were assaulted in there?
Mm-hmm.
Did Malcolm rape you? such a story.
It is. It is, Ben. It is.
I know that there were parts of the story that you were hesitant to share while we were talking. And this is your story. And if you want me to take any of that out, I will.
Okay.
I know you've been through a whole lot here. You've laid out so much of your story. And you strike me as a very strong and capable person. So I know that you've learned from this and that you're turning, to use a cliche, lemons into lemonade, right?
Add some vodka. Mm-hmm.
But I'm wondering what you might take from this and how you are making things better.
Well, I guess out of it all, I'm grateful I got to the point where I could confront Jake, Lisa,
Pillow boy.
Pillow boy.
Pillow girl.
Pillow girl. I'm grateful that I was able to get to the point where I could confront Lisa about all the shit that she lied to me about. I've also gotten to the point that I know I won't forgive my cousins, and that's okay. I
have just one more question.
Mm-hmm.
For everything that Pillow Boy put you through over the years, and you had this roller coaster friendship that took so many unexpected turns, I wonder why at this point, even though your friendship is really just hanging on by threads at this point, why it still even exists at all.
Mm-hmm. It is hanging on by threads. You nailed it. I don't know. I feel kind of like Lisa helped me through so much. And even though everything else was fake, the support was really real, especially when I looked for it from others and could not get it. I don't know. If she ever really needed my help, I'd be willing to help. I'm not actively seeking her friendship.
Brie?
Yeah?
That is very powerful, and it's a testament to your amazing spirit.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you, Ben. Sweet words.
Brie said that I could run her interview without redaction. She wanted her story to be full and true. And so it is. We leave Brie with her heart caught in a tug of war between the two faces of one catfish. On one side, the catfish who lied about her gender, her sister, her travel, her life, about most things. And on the other side, the catfish who was ironically her only true friend during her most vulnerable time, when her cousin, locked in a bathroom with her, committed the unspeakable. And for that act of true friendship, Brie's catfish has earned a degree of loyalty that will last. I have some pictures for you. See Brie and her catfish, their faces obscured, and also a picture of the bathroom. See them now on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Our handle is @SecretRoomPod. Thank you, Brie, for sharing your story and for being such a shining light. Send your secret to me at our website, secretroompod.com. Production thanks to Susie Lark, Bobby Joe Valdez, Sachelle Brooks, and Alessandro Nigro. Chet is the sound engineer, and our music and theme are by Breakmaster Cylinder. I'll be back in 2 weeks, as always, with another secret.
This is The Secret Room, a podcast about the stories that no one ever tells. Is this when I can say pod on? P-O-D. Pod on.
Pod on. You really dug into some shit there.
I thought I was going to get around it.
No way.
I was like, oh, we're wrapping this up. I'm not going to have to go into this. Fuck.
Okay, roll tape. I am beside a little harbor on the Greek island of Naxos. Little sailboats with their keels painted in bright colors are bobbing at their moorings in the small waves that come in from the open sea. My eye is drawn seaward, and there at the harbor's outer edge are several white marble columns. some broken and lying in large sections among the three that still stand. Post pai canenis ista polio ripia equipera. How does one arrive at the beautiful ruins over there? I asked a gentleman who was dispensing coffee. My Greek is limited, but this person is, like all Greeks, ever polite, kind, and understanding, and he answers immediately, metapodia. That means with the feet. And then he offers me a cup of the strong black coffee, which is called Turkish in Turkey and Greek in Greece. Metapodia. That sounded good to me. If I went with my feet, I could find the place where the gold Mycenaean bead jewelry was made, where Castor and Pollux lived, the place Athena loved best. Metapodia would be my way, hopefully, to knowing, even understanding, this beautiful Greek world which had